Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Punch Club. So, I think I've figured out the system here. There's two things. I probably should have started on easy first of all, but two other things. One, you should always take a fight because even losing a fight gives you one upgrade point. And two, you should just work this job in particular to see if you can get enough money to buy enough food to then continue to work out. There is a focus right now of trying to get this level 4 up to a level 5. Meanwhile, there is also a focus on not taking too long. The thing on this is it doesn't seem like you can really fail, but it does seem like you can just make very little progress. Here we have yet another of the Dark Fight DLC. Yeah, well, it's not DLC, update. Now it is taking us to a whole new area. This gives us at least something different to do. Arrgh, what a mess. Let me guess, you've been robbed. Not me, but some cardboard boxes were taken from here. And it went down by a posse in animal mask. Yes, how did you know anything about it? Are you somehow implicated in this? No, not at all. But see, I have this suitcase. Look, it's too complicated to explain, but I'd never do something like that. Well, you understand if I keep my eye on you. Seems like this suitcase keeps tracks of crimes. Recently, there's been too many crimes happening. What this city needs is a hero, and that hero is me. Time to punch criminals right in their faces. So, now you are the Dark Fist, you're so cool. So yeah, this update just kind of forces you into being a part of that. Whether you really wanted to be a part of it or not. But it also, I guess, is pretty intelligent that it does that, because otherwise it is just going to be work and work out and work and work out over and over and over again. And I guess the most interactivity you get is just to quickly come out of like the sleeping state so you don't oversleep. This was at 4 and has now fallen back down to 3. Meanwhile, other stats are also just slowly falling down. And it's not like the food being eaten or purchased is increasing its efficiency. I'm not sure it was worth the $150 to buy this, but it probably has already saved me $30 or $40 of going into the gym. Whereas just doing push-ups, I think, runs into the problem of that being less efficient and definitely less focused. Now once we get to 5, whatever that unlocks is going to be whatever that unlocks, so if it's not anything particularly helpful, we are just back to the old gameplay mechanics of working jobs. And we're out of things we can do here. What we want to do is to have 5 upgrade points to get high kick, which is what I should have gotten, and then however many upgrade points are this cost so that my agility never falls below 4. Then you probably want to just work your way back and then get stamina to never fall below 4. And I guess these Way of the Tiger, Way of the Turtle, Way of the Bear pass can't even be unlocked until much later. So it looks like there is actually a lot of game here. I wonder if it is in a scenario where this would take me to the updated content now, and there is just not any other prompts. Right, so we're gonna do a fight here. Our agility is much higher. I got this whole low blow ability, but I don't think it really works. Probably need to just dedicate one slot to dodging always, because it doesn't seem like you're gonna by default dodge otherwise. So let's see. Chance to evade, and then energy efficient move. Probably should be doing punch and dodge. We might have a chance of actually winning here this time. Particularly since it seems like our guy over here is getting winded. Running out of energy. But I mean, if he can just hit me multiple times, he may be getting tired, but he's getting tired because he's beating my face into a pulp. Oh, it's probably not going to be as close as I had hoped it would have been. Should I change something here? Well, that does feel closer. We got one upgrade point. So I think I am learning something here. We're supposed to get this one to 5. Right, so we'll immediately sign up for the next fight. We'll go back here. We were going to work out and get some money. Trying to get this stat up to 5. Plus we'll need to buy food. With the days abruptly ending and you're not really being forced to sleep or go back to the house at the end of the day, it is a weird situation, certainly. It definitely feels to me like there should just be a more natural nighttime where you are forced back into the house, and when you're forced back into the house, then that shows you that it's a new day, and with a new day you can work out again without being irritated, because there's just like this internal mood factor that also seems to play a bigger role. It doesn't just let you constantly work out, which perhaps is a little inconsistent with reality, because I imagine some of the best fighters, boxers, probably do spend most of their day working out. Right. Fingers crossed, this should get us to 5. And that should open, hopefully, a whole new area. And notice we're losing quite a bit, even on top of what we're gaining. And as you get closer, you get less and less reward. Okay. Now your shape is better than ever. You look even better than me. So did I just give me an achievement? Effectively? I think it just gave me an achievement. Next fight is today. Let's do some push-ups. Get our stamina up. Get our strength up. If I can win this fight, and it gave me a massive amount of skill points, which it almost certainly won't, then I could get that upgrade to keep my agility up to 4. But yeah, that's almost certainly not going to happen. Meanwhile, all we're going to probably do is just push-ups until this is completely full. Okay. Then let's just watch TV and increase our mood. See how much mood might affect a fight. I imagine it won't affect too much. And since our mood's now at 100%, it would have made some sense to sleep. But we ran out of time. Okay. Health is good, stamina is the same amount. Stats seem like they would overwhelmingly be better than this guy, and yet I still suspect this is just going to be much closer. But it does seem like I'm dodging better. 89 to 67, that seems like those stats have changed quite a bit, and it doesn't really feel like the game has done anything to just give me a pity victory here. It seems like I pretty much did earn it as far as the stat management. Although this stat management is, I guess, the main gameplay mechanic of this game, and it frankly is not anywhere as interesting as the rest of the game. This might very well be a case where this would work better as more of a idle mobile phone game that you would just come back to for 5 minutes every day or so, or just a short joke game. There we go, we won. It's been a while. And with the victory, we got 4 upgrade points, bringing us up to 6. Our punch seems to have worked 93% of the time, dodge 40% of the time. Our league score has gone up plus 43. Hey, you there, fella. I'm Roy. That fight was awesome. Really awesome, mate. You know what winning big is? I just won big on your fight, fella, and I want to thank you. Let's go to the bar and have a drink on my treat. Maybe I really need to let off some steam after a fight, so sure, why not? Boy, he's a good guy, you could really become friends. Interesting, great fella, let's go. After 2 or maybe 5 years you get some nice evening, right? They don't give me enough time to read always. What do you know about self-destruction? Tyler. He looks like a good guy. I think you should spend more time with him. Self what? I prefer self-improvement, as my father taught me. Improvement like what? Making your muscles big, making some money, the big house, the flashy car. You know, those things you own will end up owning you, right? Listen, I just want to have a couple more beers and go home already. I really have no idea what you want from me. You were quite slow for a fighter, you know. You want some new scars or not? You're gonna die without them, huh? Come back when you're ready then. There's gonna be a lesson in self-destruction waiting for you. So it seems like we've been introduced to a couple different people, which has unlocked a lot more. So it does definitely seem like the game only really progresses if you win fights. And so, it done right, you probably could have gotten to this point by day 15, not day 31. Win 5 fights on the street, it's not easy, but I'm sure you'll make it. So we have like just now a Street Fighter situation. First of all, though, the move is just get high kick. One additional ability slot to use in combat would be very nice, but if I use that, right, so now we're just saving up 6 points for that high kick. Okay, let's go ahead and sign up also before we do anything else. Then let's look at the story. The suitcase, the dark fight, fist. We'd have to go further with that. So if we stick with Roy, I don't know where we find Roy. I probably will push us down these directions. Tyler, on the other hand, is gonna maybe increase some other stat. Let's test myself. Okay. So my stats are high. Let's try this really powerful high kick. Let's see how this goes. He's getting winded. And this was the plan generally, was to always let them get winded and dodge more. But it takes quite a while before your opponent's energy levels are really low, and at the end of a round they regain some of it, so they're never completely out. Combo damage doesn't seem like it increases the amount of damage you take as much as you might think. And this is only 4 rounds, so this is gonna, for the first time, just come to, I imagine, a decision by Street Fighter judges. Look at that. By judgment, I won. I guess that's because my overall strategy was just better. Maybe because the percentages here were better. So while that can't get me this, puts me really close to that. I'm in pretty good shape, so let's just do another fight. Should rest before the next fight. Well, I don't want to rest. And so this is the new location that's been unlocked. Let's work on getting money, mostly for food, but then there is also a thought as far as getting my stats even higher on some of the others by buying another piece of equipment. We're kind of in good position here. I just don't think buying energy drinks is actually worth ever doing. Okay, well, and I can't not click on this, so we're going to the next fight, I guess. What happened? Is something wrong? Yeah, a strange guy in tight shorts and a stupid mask is snooping around. But seriously, we have some troubles in the camp. Some of our dogs are missing. Did some guys in animal masks steal them? Yes, Bobo said so. He caught one of them, but he was too strong, even for Bobo. How many dogs are missing? One or two have been disappearing every night. We're going to ambush them later today. Catch those in the act. We could do with some help from a strong guy in a mask. I am the Dark Fist and I will help you. We have yet another location. Although these really are just backgrounds. Great, Bobo and I will hide over near those boxes. You stay and watch the dogs. Your noises and growing surrounding it. Well, those masks are very natural for me need barking thing. So it's like Rocksteady and Bebop Ninja Turtles reference. So what are the perks here? I don't know. Fine block increases the chance you will block will be successful. Shining Knight, you receive less damage than the more stamina you have. Alright. I doubt I'm gonna win here. But maybe he'll run out of stamina. It seems to me this added content is just giving some very difficult characters to fight, some late game content, although they're unlocking it fairly early, which isn't the worst spot ever. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have a few people that are gonna run into this content after they mostly finish the main story. And I imagine this game does just go on forever. Be steady. It seems I overestimated myself. Next time we'll do it. Yeah, but I need to prepare myself better. And that's just it, I think. There's nothing else that you can do. That was a distraction, to say the least. I was gonna just come over here and eat, and then, I guess, sleep. guess you slowly get health this way, but hovering over it actually doesn't update the number, it seems. So I'm in pretty good position here. Stats are staying higher. As far as these energy bars stats. And let's just see if we can win the next fight. We're only going to really be at the same position we were in before in the last fight, as far as the league fights go. Not going to be any better. But may not be a problem. I can't help but wonder if it is just incredibly difficult to maintain things even at level 5. Though, I want to stop at that point and let's use the rest of the day to try and make money. We're only going to do it a couple times and then we're going to do a fight. We've done quite a bit of fights today. Can I win this? Feels like I can. So yeah, it may very well have been just a case that I needed to just get one victory under my belt to unlock a little bit more. And now all of a sudden there's just a lot more paths to at least engage with, maybe not succeed with. I don't think the Dark Fight update content is particularly the way to go, but I do think the street fighting and getting speed up, if that actually does increase speed, could be very helpful. Then we'll have to eventually find some other paths. The special pizza path, for instance, is still something we haven't unlocked. And there might just be a case where we need to talk to every character multiple times. I think we're gonna win here. Although this may just drag out all the way to 10 rounds. So let's go ahead and speed it up to the max. We haven't done that yet. You can see it's very fast at this point. If this was a idle game instead of a management game, this is what the screen would just always be doing. It would just always have a random enemy showing up and your character would constantly fight them. And with every minute or so you get some level of success, some percentage of success, which would lead to some kind of currency. Well, this does feel like this is going to go all 10 rounds. Although you gotta be careful, at any point he could just get really lucky and knock you down. Because we're both very winded here, as far as stamina goes. It is fairly neck and neck. Now what I am noticing here is it doesn't feel like at the near last second we lost, but it doesn't matter even. It doesn't feel though like swapping out a powerful attack at that point would have helped I just don't think that would have actually ever happened. So let's go ahead and unlock that for 6. And then this is probably our first real agility attack, the backhand high punch. Once we got that, I think you just should stay on that path, I imagine. Just keep on going. Get Rice Eater, Way of the Tiger, Active Skill 2, or Fast Reaction. And then eventually you want to get Long Timer. And then you would almost hope that it would become a case that you could come back and get at least this active skill, but also preventing stamina at least from going below 4 would be fairly helpful too. I'm not sure you ever get to the point where you can even get all 3 of these, but if the game just goes on forever, that may be the case. Once you get to Way of the Tiger, kick. This karate kick replaces kick. Which, yeah, these permanent upgrades might all of a sudden prove something very useful. And yeah, you want to get to Way of Tiger fairly quickly, because then you also want to go to this point where it doesn't fall below 8. And I really wasn't even expecting to get that far, that you could have a level 8 stat. I was thinking it would be really a struggle to keep it even at 5. But we can see Don't Fall Down 3 here is 13, so the stats don't even stop at 10. I would have sworn that they stopped at 10. So there's a lot of gameplay clearly still that can be played here. This beginning seems to just weirdly cross the line with Street Fighter into the full forward section. Then there still seems like there's a decent amount of content. Now, one thing I will say, that it does seem like the Dark Fist update adding extra content, which overall is very good. It seems like its timing might be a little bit off, in that the whole joke storyline here is about you finding out who murdered your father at the very beginning of the game has been completely forgotten at this point. Yeah. So yeah, by the time you did get to that point where you were at the end of the game, I think a lot of players may have completely forgotten about the fact of their father being murdered. And the Dark Fight extra story, which is gonna, I think, be a little bit more story based, is only gonna complicate that more. Anyways, we've gone long, so that's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and keep on watching. Thanks.